What's up, Eagles fans? Welcome back to Film Room here, presented by Miller Lite on PhiladelphiaEagles.com. I'm Fran Duffy, joined by Eagles Hall of Famer Mike Quick. And Mike, we're going to talk about a position that Eagles fans, I think, are pretty excited about, both in this free agent market and in the NFL draft, and that's running backs. Give me a quick snapshot. What are your thoughts on this running back room as we end the 2018 NFL season?
I think it's really strong, but I know Eagles fans have talked about a running back, and everyone's thinking that the Eagles are going to draft a running back or sign one in free agency. Well, let me tell you, in free agency, there's some talent out there, and I know everyone's going to talk about LeVeon Bell, but even you go down the list, there are more guys. There are some really talented guys on the market at the running back position.
Yeah, and we're going to start with that name, with LeVeon Bell, just because he is the big ticket item. And I think when you look at number 26, this is from 2017, obviously didn't play a snap last year for Pittsburgh. What always stands out about him is his vision, his patience, and his ability to make the first man miss.
He's just a pure running back, can do it all. And I think everyone, or so many guys now, are trying to imitate that hesitation and his ability to just burst when he sees daylight. He's just one of a kind.
Yeah, I think when you look at him, certainly the cream of the crop. But like you said, there's a lot of really interesting names. And I think when you go next down that list, you're talking about a guy like Mark Ingram, another former first-round pick out of Alabama with New Orleans Saints. No question.
Heisman Trophy winner, and started out his career not so great, but boy, he has come on the last couple of seasons. This guy's tough. He's strong. He runs with power. He can run over you. He can run around you. He brings a lot to the table.
I think a lot of people say, oh, Alvin Kamara, he's a big part. But that offense doesn't get going on the ground without Mark Ingram. So I think that would be a huge loss for the New Orleans Saints. Now let's take a look at another guy from the NFC South, a player I'm a big fan of. That's Tevin Coleman here from the Atlanta Falcons.
I am, too, a big fan of it because I think he can do a little bit of everything. Watch him bounce this play. He finds daylight bouncing this play. He can run over a guy. He can run by you. He catches the ball well out of the backfield. Like, this guy would really look good in green.
You mentioned his receiving ability. He had at least 26 catches every year since he's been in the league, a former third-round pick out of Indiana. He's got the ability to be moved around the formation, used in a lot of different ways as a receiver. That, to me, really intrigues me.
Well, and that's what you need in this offense.
Yeah.
In Doug Peterson's offense, you need a guy that's multi-talented, and he is certainly multi-talented, and the next guy we're going to talk about, truly multi-talented.
We talked about Mark Ingram earlier, and this is TJ Yeldon, another former Alabama star, second-round pick for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's hitting the market. I'm going to admit, he wasn't quite as good as I hoped that he would be coming out of Alabama, but you see the vision there, the ability to hit it downhill between the tackles.
I love the way he runs the football.
Yeah, just a very smooth player and a guy, again, that can impact the passing game. Now let's take a look at a player that Doug Peterson is familiar with his time in Kansas City. He actually started a handful of games for Doug when he was the offensive coordinator there. That's Spencer Ware from the Chiefs.
Little outside zone run, and Ware gets to the outside, and he gets right in behind those red shirts, knows how to find daylight, and you're exactly right. He was with Doug before, so he understands this system, and if they are truly looking to get a running back, he may fit well and look good in green as well.
Yeah, and I think when you see that at the end of that run, that's a finish. He's got the ability to lower his shoulder into contact and try and run through that first defender. I like seeing that from Spencer Ware. Saw that from his days at LSU. Let's wrap this up. One more wily veteran here. C.J. Anderson, who really kind of burst onto the spotlight, was a free agent mid-season, signed on with the LA Rams, and then kind of became their bell cow late in the year.
Look at his ability. Get low, get the pad level low, avoid in the hole, and then the ability to drop his shoulders, drop his helmet. Love the way he runs the ball. North-south type of runner.
Definitely.
Not a guy that's going to get around the edge and beat you on the edge so much, but in the hole, knows how to shift, knows how to find daylight, and get north and south.
A handful of guys that we left off this list just from time constraints, but this is a very interesting group of free agent running backs, the guys that can offer a wide variety of skill sets. We'll see what the Eagles decide to do if they decide to dip into this free agent pool. For Mike Quick, I'm Fran Duffy. Stay tuned for more right here on PhiladelphiaEagles.com. This is Film Room, presented by Miller Lite.